In Libya, I'm joined live by international consultant and former Deputy Speaker of the Belgian Parliament, Lode Vanoost. He joins me now live from Brussels. Thanks for being with us here on RT. Now, the US and the European Union are calling for smooth and peaceful transition of power. Is that really going to be possible, given that the country's been gripped by violence for something like 5 months now?
Look, the US and the European Union, they have very good professional analysts. They're not going to say it out loud, but they know perfectly well that there is not going to be a smooth and peaceful transition. Well, that's what they're counting on. That will give them the perfect excuse to intervene militarily on the ground.
Are you saying then that NATO will not be pulling out then by its the mandate, the date by September?
No, they will not.
So are you saying then, therefore, we're going to see NATO increasing its presence, boots on the ground?
Well, if it's increasing presence, well, whatever form it is, I don't know. But they will militarily keep controlling Libya. That's a fact. How they will do it, there are several options. But that they will remain there is, for me, that's almost 100% certain. So
you have no faith whatsoever in the National Transitional Council?
Well, why should I? I mean, this NTC thing has never proven anything beyond that they are former Libyan, former Gaddafi people, some people with very confused backgrounds. So far, they have proven nothing.
What's behind it then? What is the driving factor then, do you think, from NATO's point of view, from the West? Is it really gas and oil, as so many commentators are saying? Is that too simplistic? Of course it is gas and oil, certainly. But it's more than that. This is. I mean, I don't like big words, but what I see here is the beginning of the second colonization of Africa. It's as simple as that. NATO and the economic powers are really intent on taking back Africa. But the people of Libya wanted this, didn't they? It's pretty clear to see that they wanted Gaddafi to go. Listen,
we have to distinguish certain things. Gaddafi, nobody is going to shed a tear about this dictator. I mean, but the thing is, what started as an uprising by people on very justified issues. I mean, I can understand that many Libyans are happy to get rid of Gaddafi, but they have not freed themselves. The uprising was militarized by NATO, and NATO is not going to give away that position. So the thing is, what I'm afraid of, they got rid of one bad thing, and they will get another one.
And will we see disillusionment in Libya like we've seen in Egypt?
Well, Egypt is not exactly the same thing. At least you can claim there that the president, that the regime was toppled by a real uprising, by a real civilian uprising. This is not the case in Libya. This is a different thing. The disillusion is already built in from the day that NATO started bombing.
I'd just like to end briefly. You paint a pretty bleak view of the future of Libya. Do you think this is going to be more sectarian-based then? Obviously, there are tribal differences at the moment, and obviously religious ones. So how do you see the instability playing out in the future there? In what way?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that sectarian violence is going to break out any day soon now. I mean, if history teaches us any lesson, people or organizations who take power by violence are not really tempted to give away that power by democratic means. I mean, this is not something that I learned from history, and this is going to be the same thing in Libya, just as in other countries, which, by the way, makes a big difference with Tunisia and what is happening in Egypt, which is not to say that Egypt is already out of the desert, so to speak. That's another issue. But what I'm afraid of, yes, indeed, and I'm not happy about it, absolutely not, don't misunderstand me. But I'm pretty sure that sectarian violence is going to break out in Libya, yes.
You make some very interesting observations. Thanks very much indeed. International consultant and former Deputy Speaker of the Belgian Parliament.
The pleasure.
Thanks.